Okay. Uh, Hello, fellow old farts. uh, I'm being a bachelor here today, and for the next few days, my wife is at a conference in New Orleans, and I had to take her to the airport this morning, and hopefully she's feeling better and enjoying going to be able to enjoy some of New Orleans. I know she was excited to find the right place for the charbroiled oysters that she got there 7 years ago. She found the payment record of that, and so she knows where to go. Well, good. A lot of new things in the drone world here. I know that for those of you that listen often to this show, I see there's a few of you in the audience so far, and a few more joining here. Oh, good. Alan's here, Drone Views Media. Good. Roger, of course, from Switzerland is here, and he will join me in a few minutes here. Barry, good to meet you. Gary Martin, good to meet you. Barry Waller, good to meet you guys. I'm excited to welcome new old farts into the organization here, into the flow here of things. If you're watching this on Facebook, you can continue to watch, but what you put in the chat on Facebook, I don't see while we're on live. But if you watch us on YouTube, if you have the ability of switching over to watch us on YouTube, you can participate in the chat that's going on here. And sometimes I'll actually I can bring the chat up on the screen here. I haven't done that lately there, but here's a message from Alan where he says hi to everyone here, and here we go. New drone owner Gary Martin. I'm really excited to hear some questions from you, Gary, or to see some comments. And in a little bit, I'm going to open the show up to anyone that has a webcam or a microphone, or you can do it on an iPhone. Unfortunately, it doesn't work yet on an Android, but it works through Safari on an iPhone. You can join into this conversation, and I will a little bit later here. I'm going to put the link that you can join that in. So if all you have is an iPhone, you can join in. If you have a web computer with a webcam and a microphone, you can of course join in. And I'm going to put that link up in just a few minutes here. But anyway, like I said, a lot happening in the drone world here. There's a thrill that there's a new drone, and if you're new to the drone world, this is like it's maybe 60, 90 days. There's a hubbub about something new that's coming. And I have to tell you, most of these companies have learned from Apple Computer on how to keep a secret about their new product coming out. And the way to do that is to leak little bits and pieces of it out. And you get enough publicity from just the leaking that you don't have to spend any money on advertising or PR or publicity or any of those things, because the leakers will get it to the audience much more direct and much more passionately. And so just leak your products out and we'll buy them. you know. Sorry for my politics there of advertising, not of government. But anyway, hey, Joe Fotolio's here. Thanks for joining in, Joe. I appreciate it. Hey, and oh, John Flynn, yeah, John Flynn's here. Just some great stuff. Are you guys happy it's not winter anymore in Michigan? I'm sure. You know, it's getting to be you know, and we're hitting 100 degrees here. We were 98 yesterday. We expect that, in some parts of the valley we'll hit 100, but where they officially record the temperature only hit 98 yesterday. So and last year we went 100 days in a row over 100 degrees, 40 degrees Celsius for our out of the United States folks here. We are the only one using Fahrenheit. We're the only one using inches. Well, not the only one, but I mean, everyone else uses meters and we use miles. And, it is kind of silly. And I have to tell you, it really was unusual to drive in Ireland because you drive on the other side of the street and the steering wheel is on the other side of the car. So it was very confusing for us. Anyway, speaking of Ireland, I do want to start off today. One of my favorite artists, and I positively call this man an artist, is Alan from Drone Views Media. You guys all know him well, and I'm always thrilled to be able to share his stuff. He was on the show last week, so if you're the first time being on the show or watching the show today, you can go back to our past show on YouTube and you can see the interview and a variety of videos from Alan. But I always love to show his videos. I'm sure I'm embarrassing him, but that's quite all right. I enjoy embarrassing him. So this is Alan's latest creation. Sit back. If you don't know why you have a drone, sit back for 3 minutes and 3 seconds here and enjoy this. Wow. He fascinates me. I come from a large Irish family. Most of them are in the Chicago area, and I force feed Alan's videos to the rest of my family. They all know Alan, and it's just a pleasure to share. This is why I'm in this hobby. This is why I truly admire the work he does. And so thanks everyone. Thank you for indulging me. So I'm going to bring in our Swiss correspondent here, our Swiss co-host, uh, um, Roger Zutter, and I'm sure most of you by now who are kind of regulars watching the show here. Let me move over here so I can see. Oh, we've got quite a few people have joined in here, I'm glad to say. Hold on here. I'm going to bring in Mr. Roger. How are you?
Hello, Bob. Hello, Chad. How's it going? Thanks for asking.
Oh, good. Good to see you. Tell us what's new in Switzerland.
Right now, not much. We got beautiful weather. It's up in the mid 80s here, as
Wow.
as you would say in Fahrenheit.
Yes.
It's
Which
it's
is
gonna be a
about 32 Celsius,
nah. It's
33,
28 about.
28. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm
Yeah,
trying
the
to get
easiest
my,
way. Yeah, the easiest way is from Fahrenheit. You take 30 off, divide it by 2, and then you get approximately Celsius.
I see. Okay. Take 30 off and divide by 2. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So that's
Oh.
approximately how you get there. And yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, have you been out flying? Let's start there.
Uh, okay. Yeah. It's I'm still working on that construction site that I have a job of. It's going to be a huge job. It takes me about 8 months to finish that.
Ah,
I have to make at the end. I have to make an overall video where my drone is flying 360-degree around the construction site,
right.
and in this time you see the whole construction from the beginning till the end.
So you're going to loop all these
Yes.
hyperlapses together? Is
Well,
that
it's
what you're
it's yeah, it's just waypoints. It's
Okay.
I've set up a waypoint and I fly that every time. That's pretty good or fun stuff on DJI because you can save them now on the DJI Mavic 3.
Yeah.
And you just fly them every time you are on the construction site, and then you take
Yeah. You just
video
have to push the
editing.
button and stand there, right?
Yeah, and at the end
I
you
mean,
just have to take the video software of your desire and put the videos together, and that's it.
I know we have some new people in the I know in the chat. So I mean, explaining what waypoints are, is a pre-programmed flight. So you can say, I want you to fly to this spot, and then I want you to change direction and fly to this spot, or I want you to circle this area and keep the camera on this area, but fly sideways in an orbit around this area. Is that what you're doing, Roger?
Yeah,
Point of interest
that's
you're doing.
that's exactly. Well, it's I just can talk for a DJI product, but
Yeah.
the waypoints are some really awesome way to capture the same flight. For example, if you want to fly over, let's say, an area, and you want to take a shot on spring, one on summer, one in the fall, and one in the winter. And the
Yeah.
really good thing is you can set a point of interest and tell in the program, do I have to face to the point of interest all the time or just from point one? You can program so many things And the really good thing is with the RC Pro that I have, you can even program the waypoints at home without flying.
Yes. You do it on your computer screen.
No, not on the computer, on the RC Pro by itself.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, because on the other, for on your computer, you have to have the FlyHub 2 or the Pilot 2 app, and that's for like
Yeah.
the Inspire or Matris 30, the how you call them, enterprise editions.
Enterprise level, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you can do it with other apps. You know, there's this Lychee or Lecce or however
Yeah.
you say it, and Maven is another one, and
Mhm.
and from those apps you can actually plan your flight on your computer, and then send that file to your drone controller wherever
Yeah.
that, however you can do that, you know, and then you can execute that program.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if the SDK for the Mavic 3 is already out for third-party apps.
I don't. I think the enterprise one came with an SDK,
Yeah.
but the usually they wait about a year and a half. They just released, for the people that are new here, they just released the SDK, software development kit, which a third party would need to be able to control your drone. They just released one for the Mini 3 Pro that just maybe a month or so ago, and there's one or two versions already out that allow you. Drone Deploy is another one that somebody suggested here. Yes, Drone Deploy. But anyway, so you can, you know, do this waypoint thing. But that sounds like a really interesting project. Yeah. What other kind of flights do you do in Switzerland? Do you go up into the Alps?
Well, of course, I have a few videos up on my channel with the DJI Avatar. That's
Uh-huh.
a really awesome little buck, as I call him. I think on my third flight, I already crashed it into a waterfall. So
Everybody that has an Avata has crashed it, you know.
yeah,
So I mean, it sounds like
of course.
you know,
And
the worst thing
and
that's happened is I dropped my Mini 3 Pro once. You know, it
okay,
survived, but so where
yeah,
I dropped it.
and of course, you are not the proper drone pilot if you don't crash one drone at least.
Oh no, multiple. Yes,
And
you know
that's
that's
what really good is about DJI for DJI Care. I mean the insurance is really inexpensive, and
good
they
insurance.
yeah, and the support is awesome. I mean, I crashed the Avatar, and I was walking about 15 minutes from where I was flying to my home. And on the way home, I was already on my mobile phone and got the insurance case set up with a serial number and everything. And they had DJI Care Express. So what you
Yeah,
have to do is you pay the $55 for a new drone, and you have to pay a $250 deposit.
yeah.
But if you do the express way, they will immediately send out a new drone to you without any wait.
Yeah,
And as soon as they receive your damaged drone, they will just deduct the $250, and that's it.
reimburse the 250.
Yeah,
Yeah,
reimbursed. Yeah.
yeah.
So I got my new drone before I was able to send the damaged one out.
Of
It
course.
was less than 48 hours, and I had my new drone.
Wow, 48 hours.
Less than 48 hours.
And they want to outlaw this company in the United States. Let me tell you, you know, I have to tell you, we are, you know,
Yeah,
fighting that fight, you know.
it's a funny story, but like I said, like I always say, I really don't want to go too much into politics because my grandpa always
Please,
said
yeah.
there are three things that will always start a fight. That is politics,
Yes.
sports, and women.
Oh, I was going to put religion there, but yeah,
Yeah,
you do, you know.
yeah. And he said, if you are sitting together with friends, don't talk about these three things, and you have a happy evening and can enjoy it.
Yes, I my all my business school that I went, I was just like never talk politics and never talk religion, you know. But you
Yeah.
know, as my life has evolved, I only talk politics and religion with my clients. I work most of them I work for are either in politics or in religion, you know. So
Yeah,
I it's just how my life evolved.
that's
So
true. Yeah.
anyway, the let's see. I experimented with something that I wanted to share today, and I want to bring in another friend of mine here because he's been kind of my guru on this here. And this is Lance. Hey, Lance, are you still in school?
Hey, Lance, you're still on mute. You have to
Yeah,
unmute
he's
yourself.
muted. He knows he's
Yeah,
muted.
yeah, I am. I am still in school. We go up here late. We're not like the rest of the country. We are in school until my district is in school until June 23rd. So yeah,
Oh my
we've got
God.
a couple of weeks left. Most schools in the most places in the United States are already out. Not me.
We
So
are out at the like May 23rd, I think May 25th maybe we were out. I mean, I've been to four graduations you know, and graduation parties you know, a month ago, you know.
yes,
Wow.
the high school that I work at, we graduate on the 15th of June. My daughter graduates in another high school on the 12th of June. So that's about
Yeah.
graduation around these parts is mid June, and then
Wow.
the underclassmen still go until the end, almost the end of June. So
Ah.
yeah, yeah.
Huh. Okay, I'm gonna pull up this Kula. Is that how you say it?
That's how I would pronounce it. Yep, Kula.
Kula. Okay, I gotta find my login here. Sign in right there. Oh, sorry. I have to type in my. I'm switched from LastPass to one password, and one password. I like it a lot, but it sure makes you type in your master password often. You know,
Yeah,
I mean, I just think that you know, I know there's settings I can change on that, but anyway, okay, I'm here and I'm gonna go to my photos. There we go. Okay, so let me share this, Lance, and you can kind of help direct me if you don't mind.
sure.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. You bet.
Okay. Uh, hang on. Share screen. And Bob Dempsey on Kula. There we are. So I was interested in shooting. Why is it grayed out there? Okay. There we go. I was interested in shooting 360s here. And there you go. And so anyway, you know, I had seen some 360s on Facebook. I know a lot of you guys have all probably experimented with this, and you know, and a lot of times I've scrolled past if somebody's got like, you know, it looks like a little tiny planet, and then it it rolls into a picture like that. I mean, I've tried it myself, of course, and it's a fun thing to show other people. But I thought that's all it really did, as kind of thing. And I didn't understand, how a drone can shoot a complete 360-degree image, and then so I went out. I asked Lance some questions because I had seen some of his, and he suggested to me this Kula, Kuula. I should probably put that up on the screen here.
And I'll help you out if you want me to.
Yeah, hold on. It's
Ula.co. So Kula.co is the actual website, and it's a free website. There's also a paid version, but yeah.
Okay. Kula.co. So that's where I'm going to add that banner here and put that up here. That's where you go to do this. And then, so here's my first 3 experiments. Okay. And it was getting just at sundown in my backyard. And so let's pull one up here. And so everyone can see this. But if you view this, this is right from the drone. I uploaded this to this Kula, the DJI file. In fact, it says DJI 0008 is its title. I didn't even bother renaming this, but so this is sundown in Las Vegas. And what I was fascinated by, you can do this on Facebook. You can spin around like this and spin up and spin down. This here house, can you see my hand moving around? Yeah, that's me. Okay. And I'm standing right here. This is my backyard right there. Okay. So I can zoom in, which you can't do on Facebook.
Nope.
Here's my pond. If any of you seen some of my posts of my pond, it's a little grass area we have in the front yard for the dog, in the backyard for the dogs. We got a lot of solar, and we have a natural front yard there. But the ability to take this shot from right from the drone and turn it into this, I just find amazing. And here, okay, here's our local high school. Can I go in anymore? That's as far as I can go in. Okay. Here's our local high school. There's the football field. This is Silverado High School right here. And here's Sam's Club and Walmart. And there's a string of other stores. Yes. And back here, here's the Allegiant Stadium. If you can see my little hand going there. There's Allegiant Stadium. That's where the Raiders play. And that's Mandalay Bay. And, we'll see a few others. Here's the Stratosphere, our copy of the Seattle, what do you call that?
Space Needle.
Space Needle, our attempt at that. And then this is downtown Las Vegas over here, kind of thing. But you can kind of see where I live in relationship to the Strip, and there's an airport in between us here.
So you're east of Las Vegas?
I'm in the southeast.
Southeast, yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's called Silverado Ranch. Right over here, okay, on this side of the street over here, here's the rest of that shopping center. On this side of the street over here is Henderson. Nevada. I'm sure a lot of you have maybe heard of Henderson, Nevada, but on this street is called Eastern Avenue, runs along right there. And so I was fascinated with this. I have to tell you, it added kind of another dimension to me of my, this tool I've had for how long, that I've been able to utilize. That's a private grade school that's in the neighborhood here. And then I can come back here and point back down at my house. I don't have the pool. That's my neighbor's. And back down to my place there. So anyway, I was fascinated by this. Let me show you guys one more image. I did that about an hour later just to see what would happen from the same exact spot. And I was really impressed here, and here in the software, I was able, because I'm not paying for the software. Okay. I can see here a misalignment. Can you see that, Lance?
Yep.
Okay. And that was the first time I'd seen that.
Yeah, and it's not always the drone isn't always perfect. It just there's all kinds of factors, right? I mean,
sure,
how much wind is there? Is the drone
right?
Moving at all? Some of them are perfect, some of them don't match, kind of like that. And then I fix them in Photoshop. So if something, and I don't fix them all, but if I catch it, I will fix it, and I'll just smooth that little area out. But again, that's if I see it. If I don't see it, it gets posted. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But the thing like you said, Bob, is Facebook is awesome, but they crush a lot of the images.
Yeah.
And you can't zoom in and out. And I like Kula because it gives you the full resolution, and you can zoom in and out, which is
yeah. I mean, I'm it's pretty interesting what it is doing. There's the another little shopping center, and you can see the school out here. I'm going to do it on a Friday night, of course, when school's in, when the football field's lit up, of course, kind of thing. And I'm definitely going to do it again. This is called South Point. That's a casino that's out that's fairly close to me. And then if I turn around the other direction here, I had a almost full moon starting. And so I was just, I was very, I was really impressed with this Kula. What can you tell me, Lance?
So they also give you tours, so you can do things like, say you want to take a picture of your house, and you want to take a picture of your living room, and then you can make what they call a hotspot and click on it, and it takes you into the next room, and you've got a picture there. I just sent you a link, Bob. I don't know if you want to share it or not, on a tour that I did of an elementary school that I'm getting paid to shoot. I don't make a lot of money with my 107. I make some, but this one I did basically they tore the elementary school down, and I took a 360 from the exact same spot-ish as I could over the course of the 9 days that they broke it down and posted that. So I don't know if you want to show that or not.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now.
Okay. And it's there are thumbnails at the bottom of the screen. If you click on one of them, it'll take you to the next image and show you the progression of the elementary school being torn down. And then I'm adding the elementary school being built, and it's going to be at the tail end of this. And I'm going to do the same thing. And they're almost done with the final product. In fact, I think I posted a Kula this morning or last night on the shot. But if you were to click on that next image,
wide angle look here.
Yeah.
Wow.
So do this, Bob. Click on the next image down there in the thumbnail, and then click on the next. Now click on the next one real quick, and it's taking you through
Oh,
the
I see.
progression of the teardown. So I flew the drone.
I see.
It's
Now
kind
they're
of a
digging
tricky
up.
way to do this. So what I did is I did a waypoint with my Mavic 2 at the time, and I flew the Mavic 2 in a waypoint from point A to point B, and I stopped it at point B, and I let it hover there. Then I changed it to the globe pano, every time I did a waypoint. So the course of 9 days, I did a waypoint every 9 days, or every day for 9 days. And I stopped it. I stopped it, turned it into a photo, turned on the pano, and took the shot. So it was going to stop, at the same spot every time. Relative, depending on the barometer and where I
Right.
took off.
Right.
So I like that because like I said, if you click on every image at the still, you'll see the progression of where the drone stopped and kind of walked its way through that. So kind of fun, and it's something that I had to think out a little bit. Drones and math, go hand in hand, right?
Yeah.
I tell my kids that all the time.
Of course. Math is everything.
But then you can see Mount Rainier here on a clear day. So if you're pointing this way and you find one of the clear sky shots, you'll see Rainier.
Beautiful.
So maybe go to the last one.
On this very last one here.
And I bet there's Rainier over there so keep going around.
Tell me when to
zoom
stop.
into Rainier. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. It should be right there. So zoom in.
Here?
Yeah, zoom in. It's right there. And it's making a liar out of me. So it's somewhere there. Oh, there it is. There we go, right there. Now zoom in. There's Rainier. So
there's Mount Rainier.
Anyway, it's a real fun thing to play with, and like I said, you do your waypoints and you stop the drone, and then you turn it in. You turn your camera into the pano. You take your pano and you've got it in this relatively the same height and pointing in the same direction when you start that, and then you can do a course of different shots, like I did with this destruction of the elementary school. Wow,
that is. I'm kind of jittery excited about this. It's good, I'm really finding this to. Just another dimension that we didn't know about, or I didn't know about, that, has been there, and I'm sure there's other features that probably been sitting there. And, I'm 3.5 years into droning at the moment. So anyway, good. So I'm going to open the floor here. We're 40 minutes into the show here. Let me get the invite link and get it into the chat. And if you got anything you want to talk about, I'm pretty wide open. If you want to come in and ask question or anything else like that, we're wide open for those all kinds of information here. As you know, I've been being an amateur lobbyist for DJI lately here, and I've testified to a subcommittee, and I've also was fortunate to have a 30-minute conversation with a U.S. senator and her technology department or advisor, and they were very receptive to hear what I had to say. And so, we can talk about that problem or not. I think everybody's covered it, and but the only thing I want to leave in everybody's head is write your lawmaker, communicate with your lawmaker. That is how we're going to fix this. So whoever your lawmaker is, find them and help get this fixed. So we're getting some feedback from somebody. I don't know who. Is there some noise in the background there, Roger or Lance?
I hear it, but I'm on
hear
mute
it.
on YouTube and I'm live on your
Yeah.
on your StreamYard. It's
Yeah.
not me.
I got Roger muted here, so let me unmute. Roger, go ahead and unmute. I don't know.
Yeah, probably that's the TV from my wife.
Oh yeah. Ah. Okay. Well, no problem. Not that big of a problem. Although your lighting, there now you're purple. Now you're not.
So, hey,
Did you guys use?
Bob?
Did you guys ever use SkyPixel for 360s?
I don't.
I don't know. What Lance?
I don't
SkyPixel
use SkyPixel.
360s on too?
I use that one for my 360s because I can upload it directly from my DJI controller without any conversation, nothing.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever been on SkyPixel. I mean, I've seen it always there, and I knew that they had a contest at one point in time, but I'm not sure I've.
I mean,
I've
I can
known
show
to do
you
that.
can show you some picture from my SkyPixel account if you want to, so you see some beautiful Swiss.
Oh, sure. Why not? Yeah, you know how to show, right?
Let me just try
Present.
that real quick.
Bring it up in another window and hit present at the bottom of the screen, and you can. There we go.
Now you should be able to see it, right?
There we go.
So, for example, that's my hometown, and that's what SkyPixel does.
And now you can scroll around in that.
Yeah, you can scroll around. That's the place where I've grown up. That's here. That's my parents' house where I really grown up in this 400 soul village.
Oh my goodness!
Can you zoom in and out?
Yeah, you can zoom in. That picture was done with a Mavic Pro, and when I go out here, that's the construction site that I'm working on right now. That I was talking to Bob, and that's with the Mavic 3 Cine. And you can get that one done, and it's going to be a hockey stadium in Switzerland that I'm.
Oh, no kidding!
That's the construction site right now, and that's how Switzerland looks like. You see mountains all over.
Yes.
And that's a really good part. And like I said, what I really like, because I'm
football field.
I'm kind of lazy, and you can just with a push of a button, you can just say upload it to SkyPixel, and it's done without any preparation of the pictures or whatever.
Yeah. Wow. Lee, are you still out there? Lee Bessing, are you still out there? Or Joe Fodolio, jump on in here. I just posted the link here. That is fascinating, Roger. I am. I did not know that SkyPixel, which is part of your DJI account, right?
Yes, sir.
You don't need anything special. You can log into it from the Fly app.
Yeah.
And then you can upload from the Fly app into SkyPixel.
Exactly. You can upload 360 pictures, normal pictures, videos.
Huh. Okay. Cool.
But what I really like about the Kula app is that you can connect multiple pictures. That's a really awesome feature. I really, I
Yeah.
definitely have to try that one out.
Lance, how much was it for, like, if you're using it professionally? It was a huge amount of money, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, and I didn't look into it. You know, the free version does everything I need it to do. I don't even know what the pro version offers, so I didn't look any further than that. Sorry, Bob.
No, but I know, but you know, I don't know. Do I still have it up here?
Yeah,
When I,
see if
you know, here, Kula Pro,
pricing, it's $20
$20
a
a
month.
month.
It's $20 a month or $36 a month, depending on what features you want.
Unlisted in private tours. Well, if you were doing tours now, how are indoor 360s? How are you doing that with you're using oh,
So, you know, I would probably do it with a different camera, like an Insta360 camera or something
hang
like
on here. I
that.
don't know who somebody's
That's
trying to call me
Roger
on
again.
Facebook Messenger. I don't know. That's a weird phone. Hold on. I'm going to answer this on my phone. Hello? Hello? And they're not there. I think somebody butt dialed me from drone therapy. That's where it came from. Inside a 360?
Yeah, I would use an Insta360. You know those Insta360 cameras?
Yeah.
That's what, you know, or something that does a 360 is what you would want to use. And then, you know, because it would create a 360 and then you would just drop it into Kula. And that would be the hot spot. So
what about like a Pocket 2 or any of these action cameras or
do they do 360s? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any of those. I have the Osmo and it does not do a 360. So
okay. Yeah. Yeah. So good. So good. I'm let's see. Oh, everybody's gone. Okay. Well, good.
I'll be right back, Bob. Hold
No
on.
problem. No problem. So
Sorry, sir.
if anybody else wants to jump in here, please I've put the link into the chat on YouTube. Do it again here. And you know, if you want to talk about doing 360s, you know, it's kind of, this is, I'm probably, you know, 4 or 5 years behind everybody. This is like new stuff to me. And I was like, you know, it was fairly simple. And, you know, I took my Mini 3 in the backyard and got what I thought was a pretty spectacular shot of Las Vegas there. So, but you know, let me know what you're doing. I you know, like to do that, you know. So
Yeah. To answer your question about the Pocket, the DJI Pocket or mobile are not able to do 360s. They only do 180 degree or these how you call them in English, wide angle shots, like 3, 3, and 3 pictures.
I
it
see.
makes with a maximum of 9 pictures. But like Lance said, if you want to do indoor shots, if you, for example, if you are in a huge stadium, you still can use your drone. But for the
if they'll let me fly it in there, you know.
Yeah, of course. I mean, if you have a project and you have to do that for a customer, they will surely appreciate it that you can do it. But for the other thing, yeah, the 360, or there are some more expensive stuff out there to do that professionally. But for hobbyists, Insta 360, that's pretty fine.
Wow.
You know, and Bob, you could try this with a Mini Pro. Is just, you know, fly it 3 feet, 4 feet off the ground inside your living room. You know, hit
Yeah.
hit the pano, let it do its thing inside, see if it works. I don't know. You could try it
Yeah.
because you're
Yeah.
within a
Hey,
confined space.
yeah. John Coopy, how are you? Just jumped in. Max 420 is here.
Hey, I will be right
Hey.
back, Bob. I will be right back.
I'm still here, but in the middle of a project. Okay. So good. Anybody want to jump in? That's fine. But I'm going to be on for about another 20, 30 minutes. But, let me know. But anyway, so I was really happy that, I learned that. I'm sure there's a lot of things that I need to learn. I don't have a Mavic 3, so I don't have waypoints brought to me by DJI, so with
Does the Mini not support waypoints?
no, not yet.
That's sad. That's sad.
Well, obviously they're trying, they want to keep stuff for the higher end drone to make a different, I think it's totally capable of doing it. You can do it with other software, and I understand. I've seen some people use Drone Deploy already, and I don't know. I don't know why this keeps happening. Somebody is butt dialing me with Facebook Messenger, and I don't know how to stop that here at where I'm at here. I just don't know. Anywho, I'll keep hitting the button. Any of the visual line of sight here is asking, are you going to get an FAA pass to film any of the F1 race in November? There is a media company that is got the contract for the entire race. There's a kind of a relatively new friend that I met here a few weeks ago. We had a drone meetup here in Las Vegas, and he is working on getting onto this crew that's going to film the Formula One. And I'm really interested in how they're going to do that. I think that's going to be an amazing, feat of drone video of this Formula One there. Hi, Caleb. Welcome to Old Farts, Caleb. He's a young fart, but welcome to Old Farts.
I'm here to bridge the gap.
Good. Yes. Let me put up this one here. There we go. Oldfartswithdrones.com. There we go. So
what you were just talking about. I have no idea what I would do to try to keep up with an F1 car with a drone.
Well, I've watched I watched this weekend an F1 race on TV because I've never really watched an F1 race before, and a lot of it is drones, and it looks like they have multiple drones in certain locations. Because when the car is coming this way, they've got a drone shot of it, and then they click to another drone shot of it, going away from you. I mean, it was pretty intense. They've got to have, 30, 40 drones up at one time there. Easy.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
What you have to do is you have to Google on YouTube for World Rally Championship. About 2 years ago, DJI was the official aerial photograph, or how you say this, footage taker.
Yeah.
And you've seen some really awesome pre-flight checks and how they manage these shots with the Inspire 2. And that's just incredible what that thing can do. And I was watching a lot of videos lately about the new Inspire 3.
Yeah.
That thing is massive. I mean, that's, I think, every drone flyer's dream.
I've had my hands on an Inspire 3.
Wow.
physically touched one.
And
Okay.
why you did not take it with you?
Uh, I was
I would just throw a blanket over it and look what's that, and run
I was
away.
at the I was at the debut of it on the first day of the National Association of Broadcasters show here in Las Vegas, is where they unveiled the Inspire 3. And I was, of course, I was surrounded by maybe 50 people in DJI shirts. Employees of DJI were surrounding me, as I had a Pocket 2. I was taking a video of it, and I actually reached out and touched it, and picked up the controller, and kind of thing. Both controllers. There's a separate controller for the camera, for the the drone.
That's
So
some really awesome piece of equipment.
yeah, it's good. I know we were figuring it out on another show I was on. If you got everything, including, the care refresh, and you had to get, I think it comes with a half a dozen batteries,
Yeah.
but the battery charger block is like $800 for the battery charging block, so you can charge 3 batteries at once. It's it was about $40,000 when you came down to it, even though the drone itself is about 10, but lenses, all the other what you need to do, and then you have to buy insurance.
Sure. But who cares? You can't take it with you.
Yes.
Yeah. You only live once. Enjoy it.
That's right. That's right. So Caleb, tell us what's going on with you.
What's going on with me? Well, I've got a meeting with the Port of Seattle here in about an hour and a half. That's going to be kind of fun. Talking about shooting for cruise ships for them. And then I just got... So one of our friends, Dale, with Blue Skies Drones, he forwarded an email to me from Vic Moss. That was somebody who was looking for some work, and hit him up. And we sent our information his way, and we just got the confirmation today that it sounds like we'll be doing some documentary work for BBC. Awesome. And they were talking about forwarding our information to the king, but I don't know what that would be for or what that's about.
So whatever.
But I don't know what the documentary is about either yet, so maybe there's something involved. I don't know.
Yeah. So what kind of drones do you fly?
We fly just about everything except LiDAR at this point.
Yeah.
Our main workhorse drone is the Air 2S, just because it's cheap, easy, small, works for everything. But we've got an Inspire 2 for some of our bigger video workflows. We've got some thermal drones, some mapping stuff. I don't know, all sorts of stuff. FPV, of course.
Are you thinking of the Inspire 3 getting in for work?
If we end up where we need more than the Inspire 2, or we have a use case for it, then possibly. I mean, if a job will pay for it, then sure, right?
Yeah. But it's Tesla Drones, right? Is the name of your company?
Tesla's with an S. Yeah, Tesla's Drones.
Okay.
But yeah, right now the Inspire 2 with the X7, we haven't really needed to move past that.
Yeah.
So, spending that 20 grand when you've already got a 15 grand drone that does the same job. Meh.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I was looking, all my videos and everything that I do is just for fun as my hobby. I don't make a living out of my drones. I mean, that with the construction side, that's my first paid job. And I was always looking into an Inspire 2 fully loaded, but here in Switzerland, fully loaded Inspire 2 with everything is about 30 grand.
Yeah. So
right now the Inspire 3 fully loaded is here in Switzerland. It's cheaper than the Inspire 2.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
Yeah,
and I mean, yeah, it's a great piece of kit.
yeah, it's really awesome. I'm still, thinking forward and backward about the Inspire 3 or the M30T. Both are awesome.
Yep. Definitely
It's
different use
just,
cases for sure.
yeah, of
Yeah.
course. I mean,
Yeah.
I use the M30T here in the firefighting department.
Uh-huh.
That
Your fire
that's
department has one?
yes.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. They're so good
And
for that.
it's already paid 100 times because a few shows ago I already said that we could save a 70-year-old guy in the woods.
Yeah.
With that drone.
Yep.
Was he able to call? Is that how you knew he was lost?
He had how you call this Alzheimer.
Uh-huh. Okay.
He got lost, and we've been searching for him 2.5 hours until we find him. So it's already paid off.
With the thermal is how you found him?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
And
the thermal cameras are great on those things.
he just deviated on a path, or you were able to figure out trails?
We've been working together with the police, and they could locate the last connection of his mobile phone. So we had a basic knowledge of where he was.
Yeah.
At that time, and then you were just, from that point on, you were just flying around and searching for it.
How far away did he end up being from where you started?
He was, it's approximately 2.5 miles, 3 miles away from where he had the last signal.
Okay.
And then his phone died. So yeah,
he wandered off. I mean, he was gone for as a 72-year-old. That would take me hour and a half, 2 hours to get that far, Yeah. I don't run, and but I do walk a lot,
Yeah. And if you are getting scared, then you're walking a little bit faster than as usual,
Yeah.
But, like I said, it's an awesome piece of equipment. I would really definitely not miss it. We use it here for fawn rescue before they start mowing the fields. So that's what the firefighter here in Switzerland are doing as well. A farmer can call them, and for it's like a small donation in the cashier box from the firefighters. They will check your field for any little, you call them fawns, yeah?
Yeah.
Baby deer, yeah. Searching for Bambi.
Bambi, yes.
Yeah. Searching for them.
Because Bambis can get chewed up in lawnmowers.
Yeah.
They don't know to run, and they get scared and freeze.
Yeah, that's true. And the Inspire 3 is also it's really an amazing piece of equipment.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I mean, there's such different pieces of tech. You're not going to be doing any of the thermal or any of the zoom. Well, some of the zoom, I guess, but there's a lot of things the M30T can do that the Inspire can't.
Yeah.
But the Inspire definitely takes a better photo, and it's got that RTK. Well,
it has the RTK. It has what has it? 8.1K camera.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I keep bringing up that nobody else does is that you can use it as a motion control camera because it's actually so accurate with its RTK. So you can do things with it that you just couldn't do before with aerial footage.
Like tracking a moving cars and stuff like that. Is that what you're talking about?
No. So motion camera is like when they have a camera that's on a robot rig so that it does the exact same shot every single time. Yes. That way, then you can put that same shot. You can then track it into a digital space, or you can track digital effects into your video way, way easier. That's also how they do things where, like, if they're shooting the same scene, but then they're shooting the exact same scene with like somebody that's been miniaturized, say, then they'll take that same motion and they'll scale it down to where it's a tiny motion, but it's exactly the same. And then the big person walking next to the little person, every single piece of the shot will match up, and you don't have to worry about all these crazy little comp things.
Yeah.
You could also shoot so if you were talking about tracking a car, you could track a car and then fly that same shot tracking another car, and then fly that same shot tracking a person, and then you can have all of them on the road at the exact same time, even if it was the exact same person.
Oh, I see.
Or you
Yeah.
could put like that one video that I sent, you could put like the same person on a motorcycle or a one wheel or whatever 15 different times on the exact same thing going together.
It's really cool. It's what is it with the RTK within, well, we say within millimeters, but within
inch,
half an inch or a quarter of an inch accuracy.
It's less than a centimeter, I think, on the thing. And yeah, that just enables a lot of crazy stuff. I'm really excited to see what filmmakers actually end up doing with it.
Yeah, and of course you are now able to synchronize time code with the Inspire 3, so you don't have to clap it anymore, and just with the time, it's really amazing.
Yes. Yeah, I'm I would love to be in the position to have one. I mean, that's I've my whole life I've been in technology, and I've been in the position where I have to have this new computer. It's it makes a difference in my life, in my business, and or I have to buy a half a dozen of these, kind of thing for what I'm doing, kind of thing. But I remember walking out of the Apple store one day. I think I dropped like $37,000 at the Apple store. I mean, that was,
Yeah. I'm really looking forward what will happen with the Vision Pro from Apple that was announced a couple days ago. Oh no, that was yesterday. That was yesterday.
Yesterday? Yeah. Was that what it was? Only yesterday? Yeah. Is that right?
I hate that thing so much.
Because you have to spend that money.
It's a glorified HoloLens, and they're acting like it's this brand new thing nobody's ever done before, and it makes me so angry.
Does it?
Every single piece of technology on that thing is just upgraded from a different VR headset, and they're like, "We created it brand new." I'm like, I don't care.
That's what Apple does.
It's a nice thing, but stop marketing it like it's
anything. Apple didn't invent a phone or a music player, or they didn't invent any of those things.
Yeah, I know, but you know what also is invention? How you use it.
Yeah, that's one of the things too. Apple left this open for other people to figure out how to use it.
Exactly. If that is really true, what you've seen on the promotion of that, because you just go, like Minority Report or Total Recall with your hands,
moving your hand
They have Magic Leap. They have controllers that do that. Like, that's a feature in almost every headset that has controllers. I don't understand.
Yeah, but if you don't have to use a controller anymore,
so that's Magic Leap.
That's that. I mean, like I said, invention is how to use it. Is it suitable for the open field, or is it just for? I mean, I had the new PlayStation VR headset on, and I was not getting along with that, with these controllers and things like that. I was trying the Oculus. Let's see what they do. Maybe this is the thing that is just as intuitive as an iPhone or an iPad. Let's see what they do.
Yeah, I mean, I talked to somebody else about it a little bit, and my view of it is that it was smart of them because they kind of started by building the Ferrari, and now they can work down, as opposed to where most of the VR people have started at the bottom and then tried to work up. So what they're probably going to do is this $3,500 headset, it'll sell to a few people, but it's not going to be a giant consumer thing. But then they'll release like an $800 one. And I think that will work with the same technology. It'll work with the same kind of the gesture base, their Vision OS. I'm not going to say spatial computer because it's just a freaking computer. But
The
Yeah,
computer
true.
is in the goggles, right?
The $800 set, though, is going to sell like crazy, especially if it does have, like you said, if it's very intuitive and everything just works very well out of the box.
Well, why couldn't they make a version of this that I can use the computer I already got?
It will work with your computer. It has the same chip in it as the actual MacBook
It's its
Air.
own computer, isn't it?
The chips and the stuff in it is for the, how you call this, just for the amount of information that it works on, but it will connect to your iPhone or iPad or Mac.
Ah, okay.
So so you can stand in the office and have it connected to your Mac and have all your windows open and just like that picture here.
Yeah,
As you see
yeah.
that
So the
guy
same
has,
as the Quest 2.
yeah. Let's see what they do. Maybe that's that thing that is really, like I said, so intuitive to use as if you had it every day
Look at
or
the keyboard
6
in
years.
front of him. I know they see he had like a virtual keyboard in front of him, floating in space there.
Yeah, that's also how all the
We'll
regular
see.
VR
I
ones
mean,
work, though.
Yeah.
I probably already know that I will buy one because I'm such an idiot if it comes to tech.
Well, and you also, from other statements like about the Inspire 3 and stuff, you do not seem as worried about money as a lot of people do.
No.
And so that's kind of a big thing. You know, when it costs 10 times the amount of the Quest 2, which can do almost everything the same. Okay, it's not AR and it doesn't have hand gestures. You'll have to use a controller. But other than that, this is the exact same screen you look at when you're in a workspace in Quest 2. And that's why I don't get where people are like, you can put multiple windows up. And I'm like, you could do that with every single VR headset. Why is it new? Like,
really?
Yeah, we'll see.
I could put my Oculus 2 on right now and stream it to you, and it would look exactly the same.
Huh. But can you see through the Oculus?
No, and that's what I'm saying. It's not an AR headset. But that's where, like, I just use the Quest 2 because it's a really easy $400 example. But the HoloLens from Microsoft is a much better example because it's an actual AR headset.
Was that a see-through also?
Yeah. The HoloLens is see-through because it's projecting things into real life. So the HoloLens came out, I think their commercial came out 15 years ago. 15 years ago. I want to point that out too, by the way. That's how long that this technology has been around, even before VR headsets came out. But the HoloLens thing was so cool because it was like, you can pin your calendar to your wall and it'll stay there. So when you walk back into the room, it's still on your wall, and you can play Minecraft on your table and stuff like that. But again, that's kind of basic nowadays. Like, I can do that with my phone.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
So,
but it's interesting. I mean, I'm really interested in what's going on because of the power that today's technology has.
Yeah.
I mean, when you go back, when we all have been back in the days in school, you know, with a calculator that had first little screens on it, you know, where you can show some diagrams or whatever. Today, every phone has more power than the original NASA computer had when they went to the moon. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, no, every ruler that you use today with a calculator on has more power.
My father was an accountant, and he always had different type machines to tally numbers, you know, because this is before any electronics at all. And he paid $700 for an electronic calculator. You know, I mean, it was something, you know, I think you can buy it at the dollar store now, you know. I really do, you know, as a better one at the dollar store, you know.
Or the T1000, the very first calculator you and I could afford, Bob.
Yeah,
$100, and that was expensive back in 1980, right?
Exactly.
You know, everyone had to have one of those things.
Yeah,
give them away.
Yeah, I mean, I use my phone for 3D modeling because it has LiDAR in it. Talk about an upgrade.
Yeah. I mean, my first calculator that was Texas Instruments that you
Yeah.
could fold
TI.
open like that.
Oh. Yeah.
That was state of
Yes.
the art back then.
Oh yes. Yes.
Yeah,
That
and to
was
be
super.
100% clear, the hardware that they have in that headset is amazing. I just really, really balk at them being like, this is new technology. We've innovated everything. Like, no, you're just taking other things people have done and sticking it in a headset. Now, it's a
And
great
better.
headset.
Apple Computers MO from day one. That has always been Apple Computers day one. They were not the first ones to build a kit computer. Okay. Yeah. They Alistar or something like that. They were definitely not the first ones to build a visual interface. They were not the first ones, and you're speaking to there's besides the two computers in front of me right here, there's 3 Macintoshes on this wall behind me, and there's 1, 2, 3 over here in my room here, and there's a group over here, and there's about 5 of them in my garage, that are just being stored.
Yeah. No, I think that the biggest advantage that Apple has is they do their hardware and their software by themselves.
Yeah.
And then you really can fine-tune anything.
Yep. That's always been part of their magic is that it works.
Yeah. It's also a little bit of a disadvantage, though. I mean, imagine giving that headset to the open source market these days. Good God, what they would do with it.
Yeah.
We'll see.
And they will,
Now, I mean, the big part, like you said, though, because of the way their software and hardware works, what I really also, other than going for like a lower consumer headset later, the big part that this is going to have is that it'll work with your Apple Watch and your Apple TV and your Apple Home and your Apple House and your Apple, because all of the interlinking that they do, people are really, really into the ecosystem thing these days.
Yeah.
I like to use whatever hardware works personally, but I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a thing that everybody for themselves have to, to decide. Do I want to go to the Android ecosystem or do I want to go to the Apple ecosystem? And wherever you go, you have to stick there.
Caleb, have you had a first generation Android phone in your hand?
First generation? What's first generation like?
The Motorola, what was it? The very first iteration of Android operating system. I've had that one in my hand, and I mean it was.
I don't think it was BlackBerry, was it?
No. BlackBerry never went to Android, but
they had their own OS.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. I'm an old fart. Right. I can't remember the name of it, but it was I had a employee working for me at the time, and he special ordered that. He was total anti Apple, and we all had iPhone 3s and 4s at the time, and that's when Android came out, and it was such a monstrous difference from what Apple had and what Android had at the time. But we knew that was only a matter of time. And it is today. I have an Android tablet here that I have zero problem operating because I know how to operate an Apple, because it's become so much the same, so it's, but this will be the same. There will be a headset that will be as good as this headset that you can program with, you can probably get Windows running on it here, you probably can do, open source control of anything with this headset, I definitely would love to. Wouldn't you love to fly a drone with this?
8K, yeah.
I mean,
8K 0 pixel, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's pretty. And I mean, you're right. Somebody's just going to copy it. And everything's going to be that way for pretty much till the end of time at this point with the way our world is working.
Of course.
And I mean, so I am PC Android all the way, but again, I use what works, and that's why I have
Exactly.
an Apple phone, because there's no LiDAR on any Android phone, so I can't do that with it. Now, switching to an iPhone, like some of my biggest gripes, okay, I can't change a few things because they don't let you. When I set my alarm in the morning, it doesn't tell me how many hours and minutes away that was. That's literally one of my biggest gripes. And when I realized that, that's some pretty small potatoes, man.
Yeah.
Like, and as somebody that loves Android, yeah,
here we
that's
go.
pretty
James
small potatoes.
said, I used to be a network tech, and Apple is useless unless you're doing video or audio work. I'm assuming that's what he says, work. But then PC can do just more, not as fast sometimes.
Yeah, and that's going to depend on your hardware and your software and what programs you're using. Like, yeah, Adobe's probably not going to go as fast because it's junk.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think the Windows computers are equally as fast as Macintosh computers. I mean, I think Macintosh at the moment, this M2 chip that they got, and then where they call it an M2 Ultra, where they strap two of these processors to each other, 64 cores in each. I mean, it's it's amazing speed. But I mean, I guarantee you'll be able to buy a Windows computer just as fast.
Hey guys, I gotta go. Have a great
Thanks,
day.
Lance.
My students are going to be walking in the door in about.
Okay. Anything you want to ask people to go see, or
no, hey, just
do,
or beautiful up here in the Northwest. Just get out and fly. I did some B-roll with my bowling alley. Got to edit all that. Should have some fun with it, but got to go. Kids are waving at me now, so I'll see you.
Okay. Bye. Peace. Now. All right. Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah. I have to say bye as well because it's 10:20 p.m. here in Switzerland.
Yeah. No, I got to go too. I've been.
I have to go. I have to get up at 4 o'clock again for work. So.
Say goodbye, Roger.
Hey guys, thanks for we'll see us next week.
All right.
But like I said, thanks to everybody that was in the chat. We had some really good talks today, and I can't wait to see you next time. Have a good one, guys.
Thank you. Caleb, say goodbye.
Well, it was nice being on your channel for the first time. Nice meeting some new friendly folks.
Good.
My name is Caleb Calerbo. If you want to check out my YouTube, Tesla's Drones. If you want to check out our YouTube or our website, we'll be having some cool stuff coming out as soon as we're not so swamped by work that we can actually produce fun stuff.
All right. Saying thank you all to everyone in the chat. I sure appreciate everybody. Days like today where I don't have a plan, and I have to tell you, my life has been majorly consumed by watching sports on TV, especially hockey at the moment. So we are. Las Vegas isn't one of the biggest cities in the United States, but we certainly are a fresh new city, and we're a brand new hockey team. Our hockey team is 6 years old here, and Seattle has the newest hockey team. The Kraken is only 2 years old right now. Huh?
I just said, go Krakens.
Go Kraken. Yes. And but we are totally immersed. You can't step out of your home without seeing a Golden Knights hat, shirt, bumper sticker, flag. I mean, it is Las Vegas is behind the Golden Knights. That is for sure. And you know, a lot of people have said we have one of the best arenas and production of hockey in the league, and I'm really proud of that. I've gotten to witness live hockey games here a number of times, 6 times this year, but a number of times, and it's an incredible lasers on the laser projectors on the ice, have the opponent coming out of the ice, and a knight comes down from suspended from the air on a wire and slays dragons, and then the helmet comes down from the ceiling and the team runs out of the helmet onto the ice with lasers shooting out from every angle. It is truly a spectacle. And then we have a fortress where there's a whole team of drummers that are drumming. All the drums are lights inside all the drums and glasses that are flashing to the drum beats, and they do cadences up and down the hallways in the arena, and cheerleaders, and they make sure the cheerleaders go to every single aisle in the building, even the nosebleed section, you know, which I've sat there quite a few times. But cheerleaders come to every single section of the arena. So anyway, go Knights, go. And we are closer than we've ever been to a Stanley Cup. And we hope that happens. And my apologies to all my Florida friends. Okay? That's how, you know. I knocked myself out. Sorry, but we're going to have to apologize and agree to stay friends. Okay. I love Florida. I love visiting Florida. I've been to the South Florida drone meetup twice. I love being there and enjoying my time there, but we are going to have to take you out, you know. Okay, guys, that's it. Love you all. See you soon.